Everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. If you do not know me, hi, my name is Patrick. I use he, they pronouns, and I'm a artist that recently finished a new sketchbook finally. This was so satisfying to finish up, mainly because this one took only 2 months, and that is probably the fastest I have ever filled up a sketchbook. And I didn't, do like little things. I did like a lot of like cool stuff that I'm really proud of, and I cannot wait until you guys get to see that. And with that being said, you guys probably noticed something very different. As I have kind of made some announcements online, I have been moving over August and a lot of this month, and with that being said, I'm settled enough into my new place where I can start getting back into like the flow of things a little bit more than what I was at one point. So with that being said, I am very excited to present this video to you guys. It is a sketchbook flip through for July 2020 and through September 2020. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy it. We have the cover, which is actually something that I painted on a TikTok live stream. And, on the same day, I painted the back purple, but this was actually something I did later on with a white Posca pen. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and open it up to where I started with just a little page. This isn't something I had done frequently, but then I was drawing DrawingWiffWaffles. I will link their channel down below, and they just draw like a little welcome to the pet. And I did like, if lost, here's all my contact information, but this is the aesthetic at the time that I really enjoyed. Up next, we have a Meet the Artist page, which is a page I utterly hate just because of how I look. I don't really get why I decided to draw like that for my very first page. It looks terrible. It's shoddy. And then, I did things that, I like and things I don't really like. And it's, fun. And I was going to, when I originally started this sketchbook, I was going to do it all in like a month. So, and I was going to vlog it all, and like I had numbered everything because I had to do 10 pages a day. But then I realized I really can't do that. I don't have enough energy for that anymore. And, a lot of this is still like consistent, the same, except, one or two things. Here we have a, this was actually a mock-up for a painting that I was planning to do for a friend, for her dog. I was gonna like paint a photo of like her dog that she had sent me, which was with a fisheye filter. But then she started moving, and I realized by the time that I would have it finished, she wouldn't be around anymore. So I decided to just scrap the whole project. I don't know. I still like really enjoy doing like this little thing right here, but that's really kind of it. Here we have something that I've actually done on my channel before, which the video will be in the corner on a card that you can go ahead and watch. It's talking about like core memories, but this is a photo of a drawing of me, and this is actually probably one of the few times that I've drawn myself and I liked it. And this is something that we actually did for my very first live stream on TikTok. I drew my OCs, Avery, and Church. This is the mock-up. But yeah, this is, I really enjoyed doing this. I really like how Church came out. And here we have this. So at one point when I was driving down like this long slope hill, a lot of my friends, they know what I'm talking about because I take this road going anywhere on Fort Riley. And my arm, because I was driving so much this past summer, it got tan. And as a lot of you do know, I have hurt myself in the past, so I have a lot of scar tissue, and it tanned to the point where I can see everything. And I saw it one time looking at the side view mirror, and I went, oh, wow. And they had that little play on words of, objects appear closer in mirrors. So I went, it appears as illusions. And yeah. Up next, we have a drawing that I did for a cosplayer on TikTok. I will link all of his stuff down below in the description because I really do enjoy his content. I cannot remember his name right now, but I know his username is dad.cos, and he was doing a supernatural high school thing with a group of friends, and he did a Wendigo, and this was an information page, and this really made me like want to do like a whole like cryptid series in my sketchbook, but it didn't get much far past this. It was just, a one-time thing. So, but I really do enjoy it, and I know he liked seeing it, and it made me happy. And that's just a little note that I made for someone that I didn't give to them. Here we have an information page about a settlement in the story that I was writing at the time for the Sunshine Code co-op. If you have been following me for a while, you know I've been working on this for over a year now, and I had recently got a little bit more into talking and designing and drawing out what it is, and this is actually like the security camera system thing that they have there at the co-op. And this is the radio, because the guy who runs the majority of the co-op is the radio show host. Up next, I was watching a YouTuber. If I remember what video it was, I will link it down below in the description, because it was a sketchbook flip through, and they had done a character and then they did like an entire like pink highlighter side, and when I was watching it I was like, ooh, I want to do that but with yellow, and then you know I had to make it all like weird and stuff. Here we have a more updated version of a Avery. I did one in my last sketchbook that you can totally check out in the previous video, like card below or whatnot. And this was me trying to draw different people of color hairstyles. This is like a lot of like her traits and like where she works and this and that, and yeah. Here we have a mock-up for a painting that I am still currently working on. I haven't done a whole lot of work on it because I am in the process of moving, but this was something that I did. As you'll notice, the character kind of does come back. It's a gray character, and I was going to do sunflowers, and hands are holding it, and it's a really good idea. I just need to work on it. By the way, if you hear purring, that is because I have an audience member with me today, Remus, who I will probably end up showing at the end of this video. But here we have a page of, as I was saying, it was a crown of sunflowers, so I was just trying to draw different sunflowers. I was also really into like drawing it on envelopes and everything, as you may have noticed on, you know, some of my Instagram and Facebook posts. Following on with like the whole sunflower yellow theme, and I was just going through kind of a lot that past month. I was thinking about a lot, and you know, this is like closure about moving on. You don't need the permission, you can move on, it's okay. And I don't really want to talk about what this is about, but I'm okay. And if you've been following me, then you know about the Morgan system from my Fallout story, and this is the characters Jep, a little, and Warren, the protector, and also I think he's a prosecutor as well. I can't remember exactly. And I was gonna do like this whole like comic mini thing in my sketchbook where it was talking about how Warren had like, you know, basically destroyed the system at this point, and it was a mixture of their themes where Warren's is red and his is like fragmented, like pixel retro. But I only did one page, and I don't know, maybe I'll pick it up later on. And here we have the mock-up drawings. You guys have actually seen this page before from my Tambel Art Draw This in Your Style video, which, you know, card in the corner, that way you guys can watch that on your own time. This is their OC. I cannot remember what the character's name is right now. If someone can please correct me in the comments, that'd be great. And this is Austin. The reason it's called Berries and Cherries right here is because of Austin had, at this point in time, had told me that he was going to become a military policeman, and in the army, that's what they call MPs, berries and cherries, just because of the siren lights, or some shit like that. I don't know. I asked one of my friends about it, and they didn't really have a huge, like, explanation, but yeah, I just drew Austin for a little bit there. And here we have the final product from the Tambel Art. I'm not going to get like too much into it, but this is their OC. I will have all of his information linked down below. That way you guys can support him through social media, donate to his Kofi. I think he has a Patreon to an extent. And yeah, he is an amazing artist, and I totally recommend you guys check out his stuff. Sorry, I had to censor out some stuff because I wrote some personal stuff, but this is more of Austin that I had drawn in my sketchbook. I really like the corner one, because for a while there, I didn't really want to draw like my OCs or anything, and so what I would do, I would open up my photo gallery, and because Snapchat saves photos that are sent to me in Messenger as well, I just started drawing the photos that I sent, and I got, so and a lot of it is just, it was Austin for a bit. And here we have, this is a photo that I have posted on both my Instagrams and Facebook. It's a photo of a basketball court that I was laying down because I was sitting outside one evening for like 3 hours, and I was just listening to like a lot of like punk music, and I was feeling a lot, and you know, I started drawing out how I felt, and I wrote out, you know, like talking about it feels like someone else is driving the wheel, someone else is writing my story. And that was the weekend that I decided I was going to start taking some control back in my life. I don't really want you guys seeing what I drew here because like it's kind of embarrassing and it's not all that great, but this is on August 2nd is the anniversary of, if you know who Zombie Boy is, you know that he was a model, he was a DJ, he was also like someone that was in Lady Gaga music videos, he was in 47 Ronin, he also did a TED Talk which was it's actually like really goofy and it's like awkward and it's fun to like watch it. But anyway, August 2nd is actually the anniversary of when he passed away, and it's always like a really like hard day for me just because of like how much he had motivated and inspired me throughout those years. So I attempted to draw him, and I was going to draw his chest tattoo, but by the time that I was able to sit down again, it was like by August 4th, and that is me in Austin. Up next, we just have like a photo of like it was me like working with Posca pens, and I was like working on blendability, and I was like doing like the duality of like fire and water and all that shit, and you know, life imitates art, and people that you know. And this is I was at Austin's house for like 4 days, so I really didn't have like a whole lot to do with me at that point. I just brought a sketchbook, so I tried to draw his like living room. That's like his mantle. His house is nice. Here we have it was a random drawing, it's nobody in particular, and this was during the last day that I was at Austin. I was drawing one of his cats, Romulus, because Romulus really loves to sit around me all the time, and so Romulus is like in my sketchbook quite a bit this time around. I hope next time I can get like Remus in at least once. Here we have, this was when I started moving to where I live now, and I had taken a lot of like photos that week, and I was like, you know what, I need to get into the habit of drawing myself, because I was watching a sketchbook flip through of like this one artist that I really do enjoy. If I can remember her video, I will link it down below as well. And she made a thing going, hey, if you're like really bored and you want to like get a little bit better at like, you know, perspective, anatomy or something, start drawing yourself. Like, it's always fun, and also it'll help you like understand and like love like your imperfections and like the cute little features about yourself. And that's what I did. I went through like the photos that I really enjoyed about myself, and I drew myself. And here are the lyrics from a song called Honestly by Gabriel, the encore version. At the time, I was like, okay, this really speaks volumes to me right now, and I loved it. This is just another like TikTok video inspired sound thing. This was done for Overwhelmed by Royal Serpents. It is a song that I really enjoy right now, and it's not really like a vent page, but it kind of is at the same time. The only reason that I kept it instead of just ditching it is because of how this hand turned out. I really like how this hand turned out, especially that little like line right there. Up next, we have, so I did this one again at a very much later date, but what I started doing, if I had like a lot of excess paint left over from something, I would just put it on a page. A lot of it's like for texture, and for like, you know, like when I'm like stressing, I just put my hands, especially over like this one particular spot, and I wrote what time I did it, and I just wrote whatever I was thinking at the time, and it was fall asleep please, because I couldn't get to sleep at that day. This was from a much earlier time before this one. I was driving to Dodge City with Austin. He was driving, and we drove by like this windmill farm, so I drew that, and I was having to play at the time. I'm covering that page up because it's a poem that I wrote, and I don't really want you guys to see the poetry that I'm writing at this point. But again, this is like another page where it's like for texture, it's scrapping. That is the excess paint from a painting I'm currently working on that I have posted a little bit on my Instagram. It's the nudity one if you guys are interested, but it's kind of it. Alright, and here we have the three main characters from Letterkenny. That is a Canadian like redneck comedy show that I got into over this past winter. And that's Wayne, Squirrely Dan, and that is Derry. And I was just having a go at it. It was fun. I wish I worked a little bit more on how Derry looks, because it doesn't really look like him, especially with like the hair and the fact that he has no ears, but maybe one day. And this is I was looking at reference art from YCH. If I can find the image, I'll just link it down below for you guys to look at as well. And I was just trying to work at, you know, drawing like couples. I was drawing cute stuff, and you know, that's my character again. That's what I started doing, was if I had space to fill in, I would just draw myself and like what I was thinking about the drawing at the time. In fact, I did it like in another drawing that I didn't show. So this one is still during August, and this is during September 1st. I think this one was during the weekend that I came down for my birthday. This is the kitchen sink in Austin's house. I had like an hour to myself, so I just started drawing. I don't know, I think the only time that I've actually like wanted to draw like realism is when I'm around at this house. And this was me just filling out dead space, you know, so I had to play with the colors, and I hate it so much, especially that. What is that? It's a mullet. This is a page, during the weekend of my birthday, I brought Tiki down to my mom's because he is currently staying there while I'm still moving into my new place, and he refused to like ever like come near me. He sat on my mom's lap for literally like the majority of one day, so I just wrote Trader and then I decorated with flowers. And the day that we did come down to my mom's place, I had an hour to myself before my mom and dad came home from their jobs. So, and I had found a bracelet that my mom has. It's sunflowers and it says radiate positivity. So I drew that, and then I drew myself going, you know, just maybe. And then that was a little doodle that I did just to fill in some more dead space. And these are the drawings that I did on my birthday because I didn't really have anything to do, but I didn't want to like be like obsessively into my sketchbook, so I traced Austin's hand in here, and then I did some like, I was just looking at some stuff like that's Austin's like side profile thing that I was trying. It didn't really work out. That's the Posca pen, that's the water bottle. I think that was a cup I was gonna draw, but I didn't. And then because Austin got really bored, I just handed him my sketchbook and I was like, just draw something. And that's like the first time I've ever like really like given someone my sketchbook and let them draw in it because of previous experiences. And he drew an elephant, which was actually really nice because he was like, I'm gonna draw Tiki, and you know, that doesn't look like Tiki, to be honest. And here we have this drawing. This is like a kind of like a vent drawing because I went over to my mom's house. I had only had like 2 or 3 hours of sleep. And then when I went over, my mom was like, all right, I'm going to go lay down. And so I was just basically sitting by myself for like over 3 hours. I couldn't really go nap anywhere. So I drew a girl. I don't know. I think the only thing that bothers me a lot about her is the fact that her nose ring is uneven. Of course, the more I realize in like real life, girls have their nose piercings like that like more often. And this is just a drawing thing that I did. I wanted to study like hands and hand placement and whatnot. I really like that little pinky. Like that pinky is my fucking favorite out of this whole drawing. I love it so much. And then on a night that I had spent over at my parents' house when my parents were trying to convince me to like move in with them, I was stressed. I was like so stressed out about it. I just couldn't focus on really anything. So I drew this. My hands, like all the lines are like the big lines are from when my hands were shaking, and then when it was done, I went back in, I colored it, I wrote out stuff, and you know, I'm okay now. And this is my little character. Again, this is my personification. It was like, you know, I'm thrown into this situation with really no preparation, and all I can say is this is fine. Like, this is fine. Oh, I really like these pages. So I'm not entirely sure when I did this page. I think I did it while I was over at my mom's. And I just, you know, I was killing some time before I went over to go see Austin. And this one I did while I was hanging out with Austin because while Austin was moving furniture to his house, I was either sitting in my car or in the truck with him, and I had like my sketchbook and my midliners, and I just drew out some stuff. And I love this page. This is like my favorite page, except the one with the strawberries. That's nice too. Up next we have, okay, so if you know Picasso, how Picasso used to do, he used to paint his face on canvas under influence of certain stuff. Yeah, that's kind of what was going on here. I didn't draw myself, I drew Austin because I could not look in a mirror at this point because I was like half asleep and I was ready to like go to bed. And this was the next day. I really couldn't like hold anything with my hands. So this was like me trying to practice like getting lines and trying to like stable my hand is basically what I was trying to do. I don't know. I like the spread in general. And here we have more Romulus. This was when I finally, like one of the first days that I was able to sit down in my new art studio. And he was sitting on my desk and he wouldn't like go anywhere. He wouldn't leave me alone. So I just started drawing him, and that is me being like, I love you. And while we were cleaning, I found 2 vases in the studio, and they are similar, not identical. They have different designs on both the front and the back, but they're similar enough, so I just drew them both, and I like it. I'm gonna just cover that page up. This is the one with the strawberries that I was talking about. I really, at one point, was like really into like wanting to draw line work. It was just, I love this spread so much. I want to get more into doing stuff like this into my new sketchbook. And here we have, I was just trying out like cute little different aesthetics that I could do in my next sketchbook. Like I did a post-it with washi tape. These are the plants that I will be bringing with me when I move here. I am not unfortunately able to bring all of them. I had to give the majority of my collection to my sister. I know they are being taken care of, but I miss all of my plants so much. But I'm thankfully able to keep, you know, Arulo and Claire, my 2 big outdoor plants, and like I have this other plant, and I have all my indoor ones that I will be able to bring. I'm not sure where I'm gonna put them, but I will. And here we have, I drew Austin while he was this was a photo that I had taken of him while he was driving, and these are actually Austin's eyes. I just didn't want to draw his face again. I just wanted to draw the eyes because they're so pretty. And as the background, I just did a whole lot of like line work. I wanted it to be so colorful. I enjoy it. And here we have, remember that Picasso thing I brought up? Yep, that's it. Oof, that was a scary day. And this is something that I was working on before and after this day had occurred. This is actually something I finished yesterday, and when I got done with it, I was able to work on the rest of my sketchbook and I was able to finish it. I'm not like a big fan of how this turned out, just because it's like me just repeating a lot of like the line work and designs that I always do. And I want to come back and fill in all this black, just because at the time my hand I couldn't really hold anything. And up next, because I had this page, and the back of this, I wanted to finish it, so I drew myself. I looked in a mirror because there's like 7 mirrors in where I live now. So I just looked at the mirror in front of me, and I did my front view, my side view, my other side view, and then, you know, me going, that's me. And as like one of the last pages, I wanted to end it with a happy note, so it was just, you know, someone asking, are you okay? And it's like, ... I will be. And it was also kind of screwed up because of the marker from that previous page. But I am pretty happy with how this sketchbook ended with. And finally, we have the final page. It was a little play on how the front page was, thanks for looking through, because I realized that I'm starting to get really more comfortable with people looking through my sketchbooks now, because back then I really didn't, and a lot of it did have to do with the fact that someone vandalized one of my sketchbooks with stuff, and now that I'm, drawing stuff, that makes me happy and that I really want to show it off, I don't really care if someone looks through it now. So I just did a little thing and then I dated it, and that is the entire sketchbook. And that's the entirety of this sketchbook. Again, I just really want to say thank you guys all so much. It was so exciting to get this done, because I realized I would be able to do the entire flip through. I would show it off to you guys, and I was so happy to be able to show this off. Yes, it's so satisfying to just have this in my hands and knowing it's full and I don't have to work on it. In fact, I actually take that back. I got the front page done, and that's actually about it. That is because for this sketchbook I want to do something a little bit different. There is a YouTuber that I did bring up in the beginning, DrawingWiffWaffles, and her thing is she does film a lot of her videos using her sketchbook, or whether she's unboxing stuff. Again, I'm gonna link her down below, because she is someone that is so fun to watch, especially while you're doing your own art. Anyway, With that being said, I want to get more into the style of where I show and I film a lot more of the process of what I do in my sketchbook, and I already have a few videos lined up. I have a Tambel Art actually released a Draw This in Your Style the day I filmed my sketchbook flip through, so that was very exciting to be able to like save that too, because I'm going to film that as well. There's also another artist that did a Draw This in Your Style recently, enough that I can put it in. There's a couple of challenges on Instagram. I really want to show you guys like how I fill up my sketchbooks, and you know, there's gonna be interesting little spreads here and there, and just I'm just very happy that I'm done with that sketchbook and that I can work on to new and better things. But with that being said, I moved into a new place and my life is going to be a little bit more busy. It's going to be a little bit more eventful than how it has been over the last almost 2 years at this point. So I'm not exactly sure how my posting is going to be on YouTube. I know it's very sporadic already as is, and it's probably going to keep that way for a long time. Until I can get back into the flow or create a new schedule that, you know, works well for me. If I can get back into doing one video a week, that'd be awesome. That'd be great. I love doing that. But if not, I am sorry in advance. But with that being said, I just really want to say thank you to everyone that is, you know, from TikTok, Instagram, that has really been, you know, kind of following me throughout like these couple of months, because I know it has been very interesting and it has been odd. But I'm alright. I'm happy. I'm doing really amazing with my new life and this new stage that it's at. And with that being said, that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed this video, you can go check out the rest of my social medias, including everyone else that I mentioned, and they are linked down below. And I will see you all in the next video. Again, thank you guys all so much for watching, and also check out the rest of my channel. And if you want to have a conversation with me about art, you know, maybe point out which page was like, what was one of your favorite pages from this, and we can talk about it, and we can do art stuff. Anyway, thank you guys all so much for watching, and I will see you all the next video. Bye guys!